right? So regulation being one of the, I would say, the biggest threats to the short-term rental industry. When you buy a short-term rental property, you assume, okay, I have property owner rights. I can rent my house as a short-term rental, and it's really heavily dependent on city, county, state. What is happening in that area, and I have been blessed because I just grew up in a community where in Florida we don't have state taxes. We have tourism tax. And that saves the people that live here because we don't pay all those additional taxes because the tourists coming into our state fund our state. And so our state is extremely pro vacation rentals in most areas. Now there's some little pockets where it's heavily residential, and it's very established where they don't want vacation rentals coming in. But for a lot of the state, they really want them. But that's not the case, especially in highly regulated places like California and New York and those places. It definitely can be challenging. So having someone who understands the regulations, and that's one of the biggest questions you've got to ask a realtor. You've got to really do due diligence if you're trying to find someone that's going to help you. If they can't tell you exactly where you can buy and exactly where you cannot buy for short-term rental, they're not someone you want to work with.